Hey guys, coming at you with another video here. Today I'm going to talk about brokers. Okay, so once you've decided, hey, I don't want to use a financial advisor anymore. I realize they're charging me unnecessarily high fees. I'm getting raped by the mutual fund industry. They're stealing most of my gains. I think the inventor of Vanguard, John Bogle, said it the best. He said that the mutual fund industry is designed so that most of the gains go to those selling the products, not those buying the products, which is us, the consumer. And about 70% of the gains end up going to the financial institutions who sell mutual funds and not to the actual investor. So once you decide, hey, I want to break the mold, I want to do this myself, and I want to take control of my finances. So great, you're at that point, you're like, now what? So this is the next step. Now you got to find a broker. So there are a bunch of brokers out there. There are two kinds of brokers. So let's go through that first. There's active brokers and passive brokers. Passive brokers are the ones who manage the money for you. There are people like Rick Edelman's company, Edelman Financial. They are like there are a bunch of them. Anything online where you see the person talking to the guy, advising him what he should do for his investing. It's like Edward James. I don't want to throw out necessarily names of like those. I don't agree with them, but they do that type of thing. Those are passive. Then you have your active brokers. The active brokers are the ones who facilitate allowing the retail trader to trade. So they're also called discount brokers because they charge a lower fee for you to make your trades, to buy your investments, to sell your investments, because they are catering towards the more active trader, the more active investor. So when you're looking at what kind of broker you want to look at, you want to look at an active discount broker. So then you're probably thinking, all right, discount broker, I know what I need. Online broker. Who should I go to? So I do have some thoughts. I have some advice on what I've seen in the marketplace, and I'll point you in some directions of where to go find some more information. So number one, the two biggest names in the industry, TD Ameritrade and Interactive Brokers. TD Ameritrade has the most accounts in the industry. They have the most amount of retail traders on their platform. While Interactive Brokers has the most amount of money in the industry. So more professional money managers, hedge funds, they use Interactive Brokers. So Interactive Brokers has the most money. TD Ameritrade has the most accounts. So those are the two biggest. Now there are others in this space, like E-Trade, Fidelity, Options House, Trade King. There are a bunch of other ones. I'm not saying that necessarily one's better than another, but I am just giving you guys the lowdown on what's out there. So pointing you towards some resources to find out some more information. Barron's every year comes out with a review of the best online brokers, and they rate them. So they rate them on different merits. So this is a third-party person saying who's the best. So you can see this year Fidelity won, but if you come down to the chart here, let's find it. Let's zoom in. So you can see number 1 Fidelity, number 2 Interactive Brokers, 3 Option House, 4 TD Ameritrade, 5 TradeStation. To be honest, if you stay within the top 5, you're safe. You can't go wrong. Anybody in the top 5 here, you cannot go wrong as a discount broker. I will give you some thoughts on who I use, what I found, but in all honesty, if you go here to, if I just typed in Barron's, what did I type in? Barron's 2016 discount broker, online broker, same thing, you can find the link. But coming down here, if you stay within the top 5, you're fine. I personally use TD Ameritrade. I was advised by one of my mentors to use them because of their trading platform called Thinkorswim. It's TD Ameritrade's most advanced trading platform. It was actually bought by TD Ameritrade back in 2009. Thinkorswim was its own little company. They created the platform, and what's different about Thinkorswim, or TOS as many people call it, is that it was created by X floor traders. So it was created by traders for traders. So it was a bunch of traders sitting around in a room like, what do I want out of a trading platform? So they developed it themselves, and they were literally they were the most advanced in the industry. That's why TD Ameritrade went out and bought the company, and now they have the platform. So my mentor was actually using Thinkorswim before it was bought out by TD Ameritrade, so we kind of just followed the flow, still uses Thinkorswim, and now just brokers at TD Ameritrade. But just to give you guys a perspective of how advanced the platform was for its time, TD Ameritrade bought it back in 2009. It's 2016 right now, so they've had it for 7 years. They've done almost very minimal updates. They haven't really made any big changes. They haven't done any big advances with the technology, and yet everybody else is still trying to catch up. Just to give you an idea of how advanced it is. So that's what I personally use. I use TD Ameritrade for their platform, Thinkorswim. However, I do have one of my other mentors said in the next few years that I should start looking at using Interactive Brokers because they do have a lower commission structure, and just how the most powerful concept in the industry is compound interest. There is the other side, which is compounding cost. So compounding cost through commissions becomes the most important factor down the road as you start doing this more and more. But if you're more of just trying to take control of your retirement account, you're not being very active, you're not in the market in and out all the time, and you're just buying a few ETFs to ride them for the long run instead of mutual funds, buying the exact same product, mind you, the exact same thing, ETFs, mutual funds. A mutual fund is just an ETF wrapped in a fancy package to sell to you, so they can charge fees. So if you're just that type of person where you just want to buy the ETFs, not get charged the fees, and kind of ride it for the long run, I think TD or any broker by that means will be fine if you're not that highly active. A few thoughts. TD Ameritrade, if we come back here, and you keep scrolling down, they come to cost, commissions. So you can see occasional trader, lowest interactive broker, highest trade station. Frequent traders, active traders, this is what I was talking about. Interactive brokers is by far the cheapest commissions in the industry. So if you're active, day trader, anybody, you'll eventually come to interactive brokers. And the highest is TD Ameritrade. That's because if you come over to their commission structure at TD Ameritrade, you come down here, they charge $10 per stock trade, flat fee. For option trading, they charge $10 plus 75 cents a contract. Now that is quite high, mind you, especially when at interactive brokers, they charge only 70 cents per contract. So you can see there's a large differential there. But if you are thinking, hey, I like the idea of using the most advanced platform in the industry because you'll never outgrow it as a trader, and to be quite honest, Thinkorswim, if you go visit a bunch of the hedge funds in New York City, one of my friends actually owns a hedge fund. What they do is they actually use Thinkorswim for all their analysis in the market because it's so advanced. It can do so many things. They use Thinkorswim for all their analysis and research, and then they actually enter their trades at Interactive Brokers for the lower commission. So they do the research on TOS, and they enter the trades at IB. Eventually, that's where I see myself going in the future. But if you're just like, hey, I just want the platform, I'm going to be an occasional trader. To be honest, I only use TD, and I'm probably going to only use TD specifically for that platform for like the next 2 years so I can learn the software. Mind you, it is complicated because it's highly advanced. It has every bell and whistle you could ever want. But the piece of advice I got in and why I decided to go with it is because while it is complex and there is a learning curve, it's something that I, as a trader, will never outgrow. So I'll never have to relearn a new platform. I'll never have to go and reinvent the wheel. A lot of traders, they start with one platform, they outgrow it, it can't do what they need to do anymore, and they gotta switch. Mind you, technology's ever changing. There might be a new one that's the best out in like a few years that could change the game. I don't know. So it's always changing, but as of current, that's what I do. And just as an idea for those of you thinking, hey, I like the idea, let me just use the best. platform, Thinkorswim, owned by TD Ameritrade, but damn, they have high costs. I'll give you guys some ideas here on how to lower them. So one way to do it is if you go to a website called tastytrade.com. So Tastytrade is actually the baby of the original inventor of Thinkorswim. His name is Tom Sosnoff. So what happened, he sold TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim back in 2009, and then he's like, what am I going to do now? So he created a financial TV network called Tastytrade. They actually have 8 hours of live content every day just talking about the markets, but they have an exclusive commission deal with TD Ameritrade. So if you come over here to Tastytrade and you click on open a brokerage account, you can see instead of the $10 per stock trade, right, and the $10 plus 75 cents a contract, just by signing up through Tastytrade, clicking open a brokerage and clicking get started here. I can even show you it takes you directly to the application to open account. Just by going and clicking through this link, you automatically get a reduced commission prices of $1.50 per contract, no ticket charge, so there's not that extra $10 at the front. And this is great for smaller traders like myself. I don't do a whole lot of contracts at once, so this is a much better rate. You get $7 flat rate per stock trade, which is much better than the 10. So you can start right out the gate getting a reduced commission structure. This makes it you're getting the best platform with a similar cost to what many other people are out there on the retail side before you negotiate. So it's a great deal. This is what I'm currently running under. I haven't been able to reduce it further, but I know you can. The more you trade and the more money you have with them, the more leverage and the more they want to keep you, so you can keep reducing it down. But this is a great way. You just click get started, they'll give you the reduced rate. I think all you have to do is within 60 days fund it with $3,000. I haven't tried waiting before you fund it, but all the information's here. You can read into it. But yeah, just some thoughts on brokers, because yeah, once you decide, hey, I want to do this, I want to take control for your own life, number one, you need an active discount broker. So again, go to the Barron's Guide Online Brokers. You can see, let's go back up here. If you stay within the top 5, you're fine. Now you don't have to use anybody specific, but anybody in the top 5, you can't go wrong there. Again, I personally use TD Ameritrade. I guess it's like free endorsement for them, but it's literally just for their platform, Thinkorswim. If Thinkorswim was with anybody else, I'd be there. It's just for the platform, but that's who I use. And again, you can get that reduced commission structure by going to tastytrade.com and going in through there. I'll put some links to all the things I showed you guys here under this video. But yeah, once you decide to make that first step, first thing you need to do is open a brokerage account. So yep, hope you guys make that next step, and I'll talk to you guys soon.